As a parent, God knows that just like giving a 5-year-old a car, the right gift at the wrong time can be deadly. We want you to be inspired, inspired, inspired. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Just want to start things off with a question. Can God trust you with what you're asking Him for? I'll give you a minute to think on that. And by a minute, I mean a few seconds. 1, 2, 3. Okay, time's up. Can God trust you with what you're asking Him for? This question came to me because I was at a point in my life and there are things that I'm like, God, why aren't you doing this? And God, I'm being faithful over here. I don't see you moving over there. God, are you going to do this? God, I thought you were going to open this door. God, I didn't think I would still be at this point at the age that I am. God, what's going on? Are you moving? Am I in the wrong place? Am I doing the wrong thing? Am I not living right? What is missing? What am I doing wrong? Why aren't you coming through? Why aren't you doing it? Why has it not happened yet? Lord, and maybe you've never felt that way, but for anyone that has, the question came to me. Okay, you're asking God for all this stuff. You want to do all these things. You want to go all these places. Can God trust you with what you're asking Him for? If He were to do it tomorrow, would you even know what to do with it? Would you be ready? Not perfect, but ready. And a lot of times I feel like we ask God for things because we have a desire for it, but we have not taken the time to allow Him to build us for it. If your 5-year-old came to you and asked you for a car, not a little Power Wheels car, but a full-on car, full vehicle like the one I'm sitting in right now, would you give it to them? No. Okay? But down the road when they're 16, 17, 18, maybe they can't really drive, 21 and they drive better, would you be willing to give them, would you want to give them that? Yes. So it's not a matter of whether or not God wants to do it. It's a matter of when. You're not able to handle this car properly or legally. Some of the kids can drive out here in these streets, or legally at the age of 5. And even if you can, because see, we looking at one little thing, even if you know how to steer the car, because my goddaughter, we go to the country, I let her, just play around in the yard and everything. I'm handling the brakes and the gas, and she doing a little steering, which like, I can drive. No, you can steer. Because driving entails so much more than just knowing which way to turn the wheel. When you're driving, you got to watch out for a car coming over here. You got to know when you're turning left over here. You're driving for you and everybody else on the road. There is responsibility. People's lives are at stakes when you're behind the wheel. So, my brothers and my sisters, when we're asking God for things and we don't see it happening, it's not always that God has closed a deaf ear, that God is not hearing you, that God doesn't want you to have. It's a matter of God is wise. He's all knowing. And wisdom says, no, she ain't ready for this. Matthew 25, starting at verse 19. Now, after a long time, the master of those servants came and settled accounts with them. And he who had received 5 talents came forward, bringing 5 talents more, saying, Master, you delivered to me 5 talents. Here I have made 5 talents more. His master said to him, Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over little. I will set you over much. Enter into the joy of your master. I'm sure you've heard before, is about the master who went away and he left his possessions with his servants. With one he left 1, with one he left 2, and with one he left 5, each according to their ability, because God will never put more on you than you can bear, and He will allow you to take what you have and He will increase it if you're willing to do the work. So my question for you is, what are you doing with what you have? You may see it as not a lot. You may think it's not enough. You may say, well, Lord, this ain't much, but what are you doing? How are you working what you already got? Honey, I promise you, whatever you have, and it doesn't have to be much, Whatever you have, God can use that, not just to bless you. God can use it to build you. He can use it to shape you, to teach you, to mold you. You think having that little job at the church, that little thing they ask you to do is nothing, but God is teaching you how to serve. You think that having somebody who you have to answer to is just the worst thing in the world, but God is teaching you humility. These are things that you will need when you get to where He is taking you. So just like I would look at my child and say, you can have a car, just not right now. I believe that God is looking at us and saying, it's yours and you can have it when you grow up. I love y'all so much. Don't get stressed. Don't get weary. Please do not be overwhelmed. God is working it out for you, but you have to allow Him to work some things out in you. Have an awesome day. Love y'all. Feel free to like this video, leave a comment below, and share it with someone else. Thanks for watching.